Hey there, crafty friends, it's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys know, I've been sick, but I am feeling much better, and I decided I needed to dive back into this crafty organization out here in my craft room and kind of knock it out. I really want to get everything organized so that I can do a follow-up video to show you guys my craft space. But I wanted to share something with you guys because I'm putting away dies and stamps and things today, and I wanted to share with you how I organize my dies and my stamps. Of course, everybody has their own organizational system, but if you don't have something, this may help you a little bit. So let's start with the dies. Normally what I do, now this is one of the dies I have from Scrap Diva Designs. So, and this is how it normally looks. Now, a lot of times I will trim this piece off to store it. But let me tell you what these are. These are sleeve protectors, and they're mini sleeve protectors. They're 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And so what I do is I also buy the Marietta Magnetics 8 by 10, I believe. Or maybe it's 8.5 by 10. But anyway, I'll share that with you guys. I'll link everything below. These magnets, you get 50 of them. I cut them in half, so I end up with 100. So the way this breaks down is these sleeves, you get 200 of them. So 200 at $16.98 makes them a little less than 9 cents a piece. 8.5 cents a piece, basically. And then the magnet itself, you get, after you cut them all in half, you're going to end up with 100 of them. They come in a set of 50, and like I said, I cut mine in half. They're 56.66, but let me put that into perspective for you. If you cut them in half, you're getting your magnetic sheets for about a little less than 57 cents per magnetic sheet. And these are the best magnetic sheets I have found. The the dies don't slide around. They don't come off easy. I mean, they will come off, but not like you got to really joust them. But what I do is I have them stored vertically, so I'm just flipping through, so that never happens to me. So I mean, see, it's sturdy. It's very good. These are the best magnets, like I said, that I have come across. Now these are the 20 mil. They have the 30 mils, which are thicker and even more I guess a little more durable, but they're pretty pricey, and these right here worked perfect for me, so I thought I would share that with you guys. Again, it's sheet protectors. You get 200 for $16.98, and then the magnets, you get 50 for $56.66, which I cut in half, so I end up with 100 of them. So that works out pretty good for me, I think. I mean, in total, let's see, in total, each one is going to be, what did I say? Less than 9 cents, and so, you know, about 65, 66 cents to store for each sleeve to store your dies. So I think that's pretty good. And like I said, I just normally, if it's got decent packaging, I will cut the packaging down to fit or to slide behind it. That just helps me remember where it came from in case I don't have a label on it. But I mean, please label. Label's good. I didn't used to label, and I wish I had labeled from the very beginning. I've started going back and labeling a lot of different things, and it's very time consuming, so do it as you go. So what I do is I cut all mine, I get mine all ready, and I have a drawer of organization like for dies and stamps, and I just keep them ready to go. That way when I get an order in, I can just grab these, cut apart my dies, and put them in their proper place. And it just helps, you know, so that things don't pile up in your craft room. And trust me, I'm very aware that that does happen. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to share with you guys is how I have been storing my stamps. Now, this won't work for all your stamp sets if you have really big stamp sets, but this works for me, and I like the aesthetic of it. I just think it looks nice and presentable and organized. And anyway, so what I have here is these are I think they're listed on Amazon, and these are all Amazon products that I will list below for you guys. But what they are is they're sleeves, and they're 5.5 by 7.25, and you get, I believe, 100 of them for $15.95. So they break down to a little less than 16 cents per sleeve, and that's just this part. Here, I'm going to show you guys. That is just this part, the clear part, okay? So you get 100 of those. And then I take the comic book sleeves, which I think I've shared with you guys before. These are 7 inches by 10.5 inches. And so what I do is I literally cut them down the middle. So they're 7.5 by 5.25. And then I just pre-make them up, and I have them stuck again in that same organizational drawer. So I can just pull them out, put my stamps in there. I like having the white background so that you can see your stamps really well. That works for me. But I mean, I think that's great. And then sometimes if the die set that, if I buy the die set that matches the stamp set and it specifically can only be used for that stamp set, then I will a lot of times just go ahead and put the dies at the back of this, so that way they're handy and ready to go, especially with sentiments and things like that. Now, normally I would have a magnetic sheet in here. I haven't put one in here yet, but anyway, so here's the dies that go with it. That way you have your dies and your stamps simply ready to go pretty fast. So what these break down to, I have my notes. I've tried to get the figures together for you guys. So the comic book boards themselves, you get 100 of them. I cut them in half, which makes 200 of them. So you're going to get those for a little less than 8 cents a piece, which is that white piece in the back. And that, let me tell you, these are thick. I use these as chipboard. I buy these in bulk, and I use them as chipboard for die cutting, and I also, because they die cut beautifully, and I also use them for projects like this or for 3D projects. They're awesome. So those, like I said, they break down. You get 100, so I cut them in half. You get 200, which makes them a little less than 8 cents per board. So that's pretty awesome. And then again, like I said, the sleeves, they break down to a little less than 16 cents. So what does that come up to? About 24 cents per storage pocket. I don't really think you can beat that. I think that's great. I mean, if you guys have found a way to beat it, man, I'm all over that. Let me know what it is. But this has been a system that's worked for me for a while, and I really, really like it. And like I said, I like to keep things aesthetically the same. Now, if you're wondering what I store these in, I'm going to show you. Well, my dies. I don't store my stamps in these, but these are the bins that you get at Hobby Lobby, and they run $3.99, but you know, the spring is always, what, 40 or 50% off. So I buy these in bulk when they have them. And I'll usually get, you know, 10, 12 of them at a time, just so I have them handy and I can grab one and go in case I need to expand my die collection, which I do pretty often. Anyway, so these just literally, they nestle really well in here. And they fit pretty perfectly. And then I can just, like I said, once I have all my dies in here, I can just flip through, and it makes it so simple. You can do your stamps too. This is a little wide for stamps. I have a separate container that I get from Lowe's, but they're kind of pricey, so I'm probably going to change what I'm using to store my stamps in, which is why I'm not going to show it to you guys, because I want to say they're like $12 a piece. They're not very economical. But anyway, this is just, I think it's a nice way. Oh, and also I just used a piece of tape to close this. I have some of the little round clear stickers, which I normally use to close these, because you can stick them over and over and over again and they don't really lose any adhesion. So I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, so that is how I organize my stamps and my dies, in case you're wondering, or in case you don't have a system in place. If I can help in any way, let me know. I will list the products below. I have an Amazon storefront, by the way. In case you're interested, you can go to my storefront and look at all the organizational items I have, as well as some crafty items that I have listed there. Some of my favorites, things that I have ordered that I know is tried and true. And I really appreciate that when you go to my storefront, because it is an affiliate storefront and I do make a little bit of money. Not much. It's not much to speak of, but you know, it helps every once in a while, especially when I want to buy more organizational products, right? So anyway, you guys, I thought I'd share that with you. If you have any questions, please list them below. I will be glad to help you in any way that I can. And so you guys wish me well on this organizational journey. Until the next crafty video, happy crafting, everybody.